On Saturday, 17th of March 2018, Pope Francis went on a pilgrimage to Pietrelcina, birthplace of San Pio Pietrelcina, to continue his journey by helicopter to the Gargano, the place in which San Pio led his mission. The village of Pietrelcina is plenty of memories related to our saint's life, from his houses to the two churches. The former is the Church of St. Anne, and the latter is the Church of St. Mary of Angels, the parish church in Pietrelcina. Deciding to come to Piana Romana has been the best choice made by Pope Francis, because this country area was in San Pio's heart. In fact, Padre Pio's best friend, Alberto Orlando, who lives here, always remembers that when San Pio was used to speak about Piana Romana, he loved to call this countryside Chia Romana Mia, a dialectal form meaning my dear Piana Romana. Since his childhood and adolescence, San Pio had always been particularly attracted by this place, where his family had a small farm. San Pio loved particularly his family's land, become then holy, characterized by an elm located in the center of the farm. In fact, once, San Pio told Father Raffaele of Sant'Elia Pianesi, "During the summer, I was always in the countryside of Piana Romana. My uncle and my cousins built a hut for me, near to this tree, to be precise, just supported by this tree. I enjoyed staying in the shade there night and day, to breathe fresh and healthy air. Inside that hut, become a real small church to me, I carried on my religious activities, praying night and day." The official biography of San Pio, written by Father Fernando d'Ariese Pio X, reports that the hut under the elm and his houses in Pietrelcina are the silent witnesses of the demonic harassment, highly grieving San Pio. Once, San Pio told, "Nobody knows what occurred there during the night." Under this verdant and shadowy tree, the Saint of Pietrelcina read and meditated deeply on some of the most fascinating and wonderful works of the Christian spirituality, particularly the life and ecstasy of San Gemma Galgani, Saint Teresa d'Avila, and Saint John of the Cross works. Here, a quiet and solitary Padre Pio prayed, experiencing the peace, the silence, and a few sounds coming from the peaceful country life, broken only by the chirping of the birds and the breeze, healing his ill lung. Here, he did his spiritual exercises, having as a point of reference the retired friar by Gaetano da Bergamo. Because of his bond with his elm, San Pio's relatives built a thatched chapel on the tree to create a major solitary confinement when he spent his time in Piana Romana. Just inside this poor thatched hut, Jesus and his mother Mary appeared to Padre Pio, giving him the stigmata as a gift on 7th of September 1910. 6 years after, on 17th of February 1916, Padre Pio left Pietrelcina to come back forever to the nunnery. In Piana Romana, there is still something of Padre Pio's charisma, especially in the holy space around and inside the chapel. It is the famous Padre Pio's smell, which many can smell intensively, even though only for short instants. Some years ago, an American couple coming from San Antonio in Texas went on a pilgrimage to Pietrelcina. The couple was the protagonist of an extraordinary event. The two American tourists were in the chapel listening the story of Padre Pio's stigma told by a tourist guide. While the guide was continuing his talk, both partners suddenly started to cry. After, The couple say to the touristic guide that they smelled a perfume of rose, understanding that Padre Pio provided them with evidences of his presence. Once Padre Pio told, "I have valued San Giovanni Rotondo in life, whereas I will value Pietrelcina in death." San Giovanni Rotondo has Padre Pio's body, whereas Piana Romana in Pietrelcina has his soul. Deciding to come to Pietrelcina, Pope Francis has shown an extraordinary prophetic intuition, because in Piana Romana of Pietrelcina, sky has touched earth as much as in Bethlehem. Although the incredible events experienced by the pilgrims, there is another type of perfume which can be smelt coming to visit Pietrelcina. It is the perfume of sanctity, reaching the humble and simple heart, who have the thirst of God and have discovered themselves needy of the divine love. It is just in Piana Romana that they can appreciate the peace and love of spiritual discovery, made almost visible by the vivid memories of one of the greatest mystics of the Christianity. Padre Pio was born saint here in Piana Romana. He has grown up saint here. He has lived as a saint here. From this place, he emanated the sanctity which still warms millions of believers' hearts, faithful pilgrims who recognize themselves in his sublime teaching of pain and love. However, it is sad to find that some visitors come to Pietrelcina and Piana Romana superficially. They arrive and take a look to this place quickly. Then they leave. They do not understand the rich mystical characteristic belonging either to Pietrelcina or to this holy land. Who is stingy with God can never discover his splendors. God gives his divine heart generously, only to who gives for free and generously. This is the field of mystic